with the lessons, semester 1, and I found very interesting in the third lesson, and I found it very yeah, very joyful in explaining also. So I am taking the third lesson of your first semester, English, the Emperor's New Clothes. So open your page number 23. While I'll be playing a video for you of this lesson, you have to go through the lesson, read along with the video playing over there and understand the lesson very clearly. So now here I am going to play the video now. Read it carefully. You should practice reading with making the sentences very correctly and pronouncing the words how it is in the video. Okay, shall I start, children?
English 3. The 3. The Emperor's New Clothes. Reading. Read the following story of an emperor who had a great craze for new clothes. Once there lived an emperor who was very fond of wearing new clothes. He cared for nothing except to look for new clothes, waistcoats, tunics, and caps. The emperor spent lots of money for his treasury on buying new clothes. One day, two crooks came to the city. They wanted to cheat the emperor and make a lot of money. They went to the palace pretending to be weavers. "We are weavers. The cloth we can weave is the finest ever seen," said one. The emperor listened to their claims and believed that they were really very good weavers who could weave the finest cloth for him. The emperor gave them a bag full of gold and silk yarn to begin weaving at once.
Okay, the lesson is the Emperor's New Clothes. That means there was an emperor who was very fond of new clothes. He wanted to wear always new clothes and he's very much care about his clothes. He used to make so many of collections like waistcoats, tunics and caps. And he used to spend a lot of money from his treasury on buying new clothes itself. One day, in his court, what happened? Two crooks. Crook means who has a criminal mind and who is not honest, dishonest people. Two people have come to the city and they wanted to cheat that emperor and make lot of money. So yeah, they want to cheat the emperor itself by saying that they were good weavers. So they said in front of emperor that they are very good weavers and they can weave the finest cloth that he had ever seen. By listening this, the emperor believed them and he thought that they are very good weavers and he wanted the people to weave a good new clothes for him, and he gave a bag full of gold and also silk yarn for weaving at once. Then this is the happening in the court. Next,
Then
we'll move further.
one of the rogues cautioned the emperor, "Your Majesty, our cloth will be visible to only those who are wise and worthy of high office." "Okay," said the emperor, as he wondered at the fine quality of the cloth. The fake weavers and the wonderful cloth that they were weaving became the talk of the town. Meanwhile, the cheats set up looms in a room specially built for them. They sought more and more gold and silk yarn, which the emperor granted immediately. The rogues sent false reports to the emperor that they were busy weaving cloth with fine patterns.
So in this way, these rogues means very dirty people who are cheating others are called as rogues. So these people, they pretended like good weavers and they said, "Your Majesty, Our cloth will be visible only those who are wise and worthy of high office. See, everyone can't see our weaving clothes. Only those people can see our clothes who are very wise and who are worthy of high office. For those people only we can they can see the cloths, the purity and what is the work we have done. Others can't see the clothes what we are weaving. So by saying this, they were took the so much of gold and silk from the emperor, and they went for setting weaving the cloths which was specially made for them, and they set up looms which are specially meant for them. And they said they were sending all false reports to the emperor that they are very busy in making the cloth which to make it a fine patterns, and also and they were not rest also. So next,
After some weeks had passed, the emperor said that he would himself go to see whether the weaving of the new cloth was finished or not. But for one reason or the other, the emperor could not go there each time. A very honest man was appointed master of wardrobes to inspect the weaver's work. The emperor whispered to the master of wardrobes that he would depend on his report for the good quality of cloth being woven by the new weavers. As the emperor was speaking to the master of wardrobes, the rogues appeared in the royal chamber and asked for more silk yarn. The emperor gave them plenty of brightly colored silk yarn. "I very much like blue," said the emperor, "and make certain that you use this color the most in weaving new cloth." The two rogues had rented a house at a far-off place from the palace in the town. The master of wardrobes made his way to their house, but he was informed that the weavers did not work at their looms in the afternoon, and had gone to take some rest in their lodging.
okay, some weeks have passed away. The emperor was very eager to see the new clothes, how they have been finished or not, whether the work is going on. So, but he stopped for one reason, and he doesn't visit oftenly to the place where the weavers are doing the work. So then he appointed a master of wardrobes to check whether the work has been completed or the good taking the good quality of the cloth or not. So he appointed a person of wardrobes to search of the good quality of the cloth. Then he asked the master of wardrobes to go and check oftenly to see whether they are completing the work in time or not. These rogues, they have taken so much of gold and silk yarn from the emperor. They were the rented house far from the palace so that no one could visit eagerly to their house whether the work is completed or not. So they were resting in the lodging and happily enjoying, not performing any work on the looms. One day, the master of wardrobes wanted to visit their house, and he heard that in the afternoons they will be taking rest in the lodge, and he wanted to visit the place where they are loom.
"The emperor has ordered me to inspect the weaving, so you take me to your looms," he said as one of the fake weavers opened the door, "and show me what progress you have made." Stacking his bag with gold and rich silk, the rogue told him to wait outside before they would take him with them to show their progress. On the way they talked with great pride of their great weaving work. "The cloth will dazzle your eyes, sir," said one. "You will simply feel enthralled at the new patterns," remarked the other. Then they came to their workplace.
So in this way, the master of wardrobe wants to visit the workplace. He went ask the persons that emperor has ordered me to inspect the weaving. So you have to take me to the place where your looms are and what the work is going on and how you are doing the work. Then at a stretch, one of the weavers opened the door and said, "Yes, sir, we will show you." And on their way, they were praising the great work what they have done. The cloth will dazzle your eyes, sir, and you'll simply feel enthralled. Enthralled means astonishing, very happy, very rich work has been done on the work. So you like the patterns and no other will remark the work. It is such a beautiful work we have done on the cloth and no one can pinpoint the work what we have done. In such a way they were talking with the master of wardrobes and they took him to the looms.
The master of wardrobes stood staring at the empty looms. He rubbed his eyes and saw again lest he should be missing something. But the frames were empty. The master of wardrobe thought that if he disclosed the truth, he would prove himself unwise and unworthy of high office. So he decided to pretend and praise the magnificent quality of the cloth. The master of wardrobes returned to the emperor's chamber. "What is your report on the weaver's work, my master of wardrobes?" said the emperor. "Extraordinary! Excellent!" exclaimed the poor master. "Never before have I seen such beautiful patterns, my lord. They are so artistically done." "Wonderful!" exclaimed the emperor. "I believe what you say."
As the master of wardrobes stood staring at the empty looms, he got astonished. What is this? Nothing is there on the looms. The frames are empty. No work is done. Not even a single yarn is used for the clothing. What is the work going on? He rubbed his eyes. Again and again he saw. Nothing was there. Again he thought for a while. If I say that nothing work is done, and he will be proved as unwise and also unworthy of the high office. So he don't want to tell the truth because it is an emperor who is very anxious about this cloth and the dress what they are weaving. So he decided to pretend. Pretend means act. And he praised the magnificent quality of the cloth. He said, "Oh wow, what a cloth you are weaving. So beautiful work you are, the patterns are. So beautiful the cloth is. What a work you are doing." So again he returned to the emperor's chamber and he reported the master emperor that these weavers' work was very beautifully they are going, very artistically they are working on the looms and it is extraordinary and excellent. Nowhere he has seen such a beautiful patterns or never before in the past. So by listening all this, the emperor was very happy. He said, "Wow, wonderful. What? I cannot believe it. I cannot believe what you're saying. Is it such a beautiful work? So I also want to see that." So such a joyfully he want to see the work what the weavers are going. Okay children, this is all about today's story. In the next week I am going to continue the same lesson and follow me and read the lesson once again carefully. Bye.